Welcome back to the weekly Brooklyn Market Update, brought to you by England Volker's Brownstone Brooklyn. My name is Katriona and I'm joined again today by Donald Brennan. How are you today, Donald, on this Tuesday?
Doing well, Katriona. Looking forward to longer days and springtime weather. I know we're a little bit away from that right now, but I think I've had enough snow for this season for sure.
So let's talk about what happened last week in the property market across the 16 key neighborhoods that we track. I want to start by talking about absorption rates, which is a term that we use in the real estate market. Some people will know what it is. Some of our listeners won't know what it is. So if you could just explain that key market metric and then take us through what's actually happening to absorption rates right now.
So when we talk about the absorption rate in our weekly reports, we're looking at two different metrics and we're comparing them. And it's the new to market listing activity versus the in-contract activity. So we're not looking at the entire pool of listings and inventory. We're just looking at these two measures of the weekly activity of what sellers are putting on and then again, what buyers are and sellers are agreeing to on the in-contract side. And for the most part, the below the $2.25 million part of the market, the entirety of last quarter, and just with the exception of 1 week in January of this year, it's been a positive net absorption rate, meaning there's more deals going into contract every week than there are coming onto the market at a significant difference in some weeks. So whatever inventory was out there, before anything is introduced to the market is certainly being eaten away as well. And as we know, we've been reporting on for a good part of 2020, that activity below the 2.25 is very active. And the trend is actually moving up above the $1 million, the $800 to $999 price segment, which is had the most activity. We're now seeing growth in activity above that number. On the luxury side, coming out of the lockdown mid-June, a lot of pent-up kind of listing activity, kind of really inflating the number of listings on the market, and buyers a little more hesitant, lacking a little confidence there at the higher price points to kind of commit to things. But so that relationship was inverse, but now for the most part we're at par and equal with activity of both new to market and in contract number of deals per week, and actually the last couple of months prior to the last 2 weeks, strong in contract activity, which was in excess of the deals coming onto market. So again, a positive net absorption rate there over the past few months for the luxury segment of the market.
So let's talk about townhouses, one of our favorite topics, of course. It looks like the average in contract price for townhouses in the luxury market is now 3.4 million. So how is that data point impacting what else we're seeing in the marketplace?
Yeah, so 3.4 is a pretty decent number, obviously, and here we're talking just about the luxury segment of the market. But it was as high as 4.1 in the beginning of the year. So we're actually seeing a little bit of a downward trend, interestingly enough, in the average in contract asking price, and conversely, a strong upward movement in seller expectations for the new to market average pricing. Beginning of the year, for example, January 4th, ending that week, the new to market expectation on average was 2.9 million for townhouse sellers, and the deals going into contract were at 4.1. So almost a 40% premium there between the two numbers. And it's kind of now moved the other way, where seller expectations for new to market listings on average are 4.5 million. And as we just said, the deals going into contract down in 3.4 million, which is about 25% premium there for seller expectations on new to market.
So it's March next week, of course. And if we look at last March versus this March, we know it's going to look different because COVID-19 lockdown started in last March. But typically what would we see now as we enter March in terms of the trends in the market?
So historically, late spring into early summer, March, April, May, June, kind of 4-month time frame there. the greatest number of deals have occurred in New York City during that time frame. The fall would be another kind of secondary market period of time where there's strong activity, and deals obviously occur all year round, but the greatest volume is typically in the spring. So last year it didn't happen, obviously, and we started the year off actually a little kind of warm at best. Ended 2019 with kind of lackluster performance there in sales volume and pricing, and we're showing a little uptick. So everything deferred there, but expectation is that we'll have a more kind of typical spring market here. We have some pent up demand still, as we just noted. Seller expectations on the townhouse side for luxury listings moving quickly in front of where buyers were with in contract deals. So we'll see if those buyers come along. As we've been talking about all fall, we noticed and observed an elevated amount of activity in the later months of the year, which was a little atypical. And our forecast was for that to continue into the first quarter of 2021, which we have seen. Still seeing quite a few people out there looking for all types of things, all price points, and especially townhouses in Brownstone, Brooklyn. Are you seeing something similar with the deals that you have out there, Katriona?
Absolutely. A lot of people are around. A lot of people, even if they're not here all the time, are coming back expressly just to look at properties. So it seems like people have made the decision that they're going to get back in the market. They're going to commit to moving, commit to buying. And hopefully as a result of that as well, we'll see a little bit more inventory coming on. So that's it from us this week. Check back in next week for more accurate and informed observations on the Brooklyn property market. And it's goodbye from me.
Yeah, thanks, Katriona. And just a reminder to everyone, we possess a significant amount of knowledge and experience and expertise in the market. Love to share with what we know. We put our market reports out there, obviously, on a weekly, quarterly basis, special reports on occasion, but we're always available to answer questions whenever. Email us, call, text message, whatever, however you want to reach out. Come in person to one of the shops if you like. And just happy to talk about your circumstance. No two circumstances are the same, and we're able to help you figure out where you are, either on the sell side or buy side, and obviously help you along that path to selling a deal or closing on a new property. So don't hesitate to reach out.
Thank you. Bye.
Take care. Bye.